Hi everyone, welcome to Chef Shelley's Kitchen. Well, I don't know about you, but I like all kinds of food, and I especially like Asian food. And so there's a hibachi chicken and shrimp out there. If you haven't seen it, you've got to try it. Today we're going to do like a Chinese broccoli, chicken broccoli Hunan style, which means it'll be a little bit spicy. So I have my pan warming up already. We're going to go on and put just a little bit of olive oil here in the bottom. And then to that, we're going to go on and put the chicken into the pan, okay, like so. And this kind of pan, actually, the wok doesn't really take that much to warm up. It seems like the bottom of it is just not that thick. So what we're going to do is we're going to cook this pretty well. And what I've done is, this is actually 2 chicken breasts chopped up. So again, I always say if you like chicken breast, wonderful. If you like dark meat, you can always use chicken thighs just as well. So we're going to kind of give this a little time to do its thing, and then tell you about some of the other items that I have over here. Okay, so while that's doing its thing, and it won't take that long, I also have, obviously, the broccoli, and I like mine kind of whole, and basically, we don't want it to be too soft, so once this cooks, we'll add this, and the other set of ingredients we have are peppers and onions, so green peppers, red peppers, orange peppers, and there's even some snap peas in here. This is a combination of both a bag of peppers and onions that's frozen, or again, you can chop it up yourself. There's also a lot of times you can find in the grocery store these stir-fried vegetables. You can do that. So this is just adding kind of to the broccoli. And then, interestingly enough, I'm actually going to be using the mix as though I was making beef broccoli. So what we will do is, I've got the mixture there, and while this continues to cook, I'll go on and mix that. But we certainly have to get our vegetables in here first. But we can go on and mix that, giving it a little bit of time. Again, you'll see just how quick, how easy this is to make. So I'm just turning over some of the pieces of chicken breast here. You want to make sure that's done, okay? All right, so we're going to let that continue to cook a little bit. And actually, let me get my little mixer here. So this is just a packet of the seasoning for beef broccoli mix. And you just use, I usually use a little bit more water than what they suggest. This particular one is Kikkoman, and I'll put it in the comment section if you want this particular kind. Honestly, I don't think it matters. But I like a little bit more juice or gravy, whatever you want to call it. So I usually go just a little bit over 2/3. The other thing I've added to this, I've actually put in a little bit more salt, a little bit of pepper, and because we want this Hunan is spicy. It comes from that Hunan region, and so we want to make sure it's a little spicy. One of my trips to China, I had the great opportunity of understanding why certain foods were made really spicy, like Szechuan. And what I learned was, because the food, that part of the country was inland, usually the meats that came, the fish or whatever, it was not as fresh. And so they would add spices to beef up the taste. So that's what I learned on a trip to China, understanding how some of the spicy foods got kind of its, where it came from and why. There's usually a lot of rhyme and reason, and we don't know. We just know, oh, I just like Szechuan, or I like Hunan. but it's mainly because of where it came from that they had the spicy seasoning. So I just really have just some cayenne pepper, and that's what we're going to use to make it nice and just a little spicy. You'll notice it's only about a half of a teaspoon, and I just mixed everything in there together. So this is almost done. Yep, this is almost done. And basically I'm kind of cutting it in half just to make sure. I'm doing that with some of the big pieces. Again, you can do chicken breast. This is something, obviously, if you wanted to do shrimp, you could do shrimp. And quite obviously, you can do beef. So whatever your fancy is, however you'd like to do this. And guess what? If you want a vegetarian, you could skip all of the protein altogether, put these vegetables in there, mix the sauce, and now you have your vegetarian Chinese broccoli or Hunan broccoli and vegetables, or Hunan vegetables, however you want to do it. So, all right, this is just about done, as I've kind of noticed here. Again, I am cutting the pieces, and that's how I get the sense that, yep, it's done, and I'm breaking up all the big pieces. Okay, so now, since this is the chicken is done, and part of what we're going to do is, it's going to be cooking longer anyway, because we've got to add the vegetables to it. But I like to make sure my chicken is nicely cooked, and this is done. All right, so to that, let's go on and add our broccoli. And to the broccoli, we've got this nice medley, as I said, of peppers and onions. There's even some squash in there, so just have at it, okay? So what I want to do with this is we're going to, and there's even some water chestnuts in here as well, as I'm noticing, because I took some of this from the stir-fry vegetable mix. All right, so I am now going to cover this. We're not going to put the gravy in yet. We're going to go on and cover it. We want the vegetables to at least, and we'll test it by the broccoli, to cook just a little bit longer. We'll come back, and then we'll add our seasoning mix to it with some of the spices, okay? So we'll be back shortly. Okay, so it's been just about 5 minutes. Again, it doesn't take very long, and I don't want the broccoli to be mushy. You know, I like a little firmness to it. So it's looking good, as you can see here. Looks absolutely delicious. And so now we're going to take our sauce mixture here, and we're going to just pour it in the pan, and we're going to put the lid back on it, because it has to now boil, and then it'll also thicken some. So let's do that, and we'll be back another couple of minutes. All right. Okay, so just a few minutes, you know, close to 2-3 minutes. I'm hoping you can see how really kind of the sauce has almost evaporated. I mean, you can see some of it in the bottom. So this is just awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, what I normally do is I will serve this over like chow mein noodles and brown rice. So for my noomers out there, this is almost everything about this actually is a green in terms of the food items, except the chicken is in fact yellow, and the chow mein noodles are red. So, but you don't have to have that, but you can just serve this over brown rice and you are doing great. All right, so we're gonna go on and take, we have to have a taste, right? Can't, it's really hot so I'm gonna have to be very, very careful as I do this. And let me also, I wanted to get a little bit of, let's turn the heat off here, and let's move this out of the way. We don't want to overcook it. So I've got a little bit of broccoli and peppers and some chicken as well. So let's give it a little taste. Looks good. I know it's going to burn my mouth too. Wow. So good, so good. Do add the extra little seasonings that I recommended, the cayenne pepper, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, and you're good to go. Okay. I'm not going to embarrass myself. This is absolutely fabulous. You saw how quick it was. You saw how easy it was. And just making a few little swaps, you know, like brown rice makes this a really, really healthy dish. So I hope you enjoy it. Certainly if this recipe was one that you think will benefit someone else, share it on your social media sites. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, just click on the little picture. I come out with an episode every other week. Something that's simple, delicious, and a little healthier, a healthier way of making it. So thanks again for tuning in. See you next time. Bye-bye.